Alrighty, so I now have the cosmetics and everything for Merlin, so very good. She is still 1/6, and I imagine she will be for a long time. But either way, let's see if she can actually do some pretty decent numbers. Let me swap her over to attack crit damage like we had her for the free-to-play showcase, because I would like to try and just compare the two showcases, just with one of them, her being sort of like no cosmetics, free-to-play style, and then this one with her actually having her outfits and everything, and seeing just kind of how much of a difference it makes. So we're going to be using the same team, playing geared PvP. One thing that somebody pointed out in the free-to-play showcase comments this morning was that there is a rule in PvP or geared PvP right now where single targets, I think, just deal more damage. So that is definitely a factor into why I was saying she was so squishy. I don't know if she's necessarily like still that squishy. I would imagine she probably is, but yeah, you want to make sure that if you're going to be playing, I would imagine they'll probably rotate this rule out, or it might be just better in general right now to play ungeared PvP. So I don't know, could take your pick there, but you know, it is what it is. So we have an ult rush on Margaret already, which is kind of unfortunate. He does have the 6/6 ultimate, so there's not really much I can do here, unfortunately. I think what we're going to do is try to go for as much damage as possible here and just see how it goes. I am green, she is blue. Maybe we can deal a decent amount of damage, but I'm not gonna, you know, hold it against her if we don't win here, because this is, you know, it is what it is. Pretty good. But not quite enough, unfortunately, and we disable ourselves, which is, you know, not great. But, yeah, there's not really anything we can do about this. Now we're all going to be skill disabled for 2 turns, which is going to end up absolutely screwing us, and we're not going to be able to do any damage. So we're going to go ahead and back out and try to find another team. Alrighty, so we have another ult rush team, unfortunately. I imagine this is not going to be uncommon. I almost want to try something like this now that I have some more copies of Deanne, because I could potentially ult rush with her. But I don't know if that would actually be all that good. So I really wish that she didn't just have this. I kind of wish she had something more along the lines of Zeldris's card, where if you had the level 2, you could stop ultimate move cards. But it doesn't look like we're that lucky. So, I guess we're just gonna go for the normal setup here. Maybe I don't really know what would be best. I mean, we're basically just going to have to see damage, because he's basically going to kill us regardless here. So this move doesn't normally do too much, but we put on the extra stack. It is a level 2, so it's alright. And then the elemental explosion. That one looked more like it was yesterday, which I guess the first one was a level 2 card. So I don't know. I might throw some extra matches, because these are not great. Alright, we have another Deanne. Honestly, from what I've seen, I think just going against any red unit is going to be a really bad time for her, because she is green and she's all AoE, and her AoEs aren't like insanely strong. So at least he's not ult rushing with this team, so I might have a chance here, but I don't know. We shall see. I think we're in a better position to where we can probably... Okay, that didn't hurt as much as I was expecting. Really going for the Echidna here. Not really sure on that one. But I think we'll go for the 2-turn setup instead of just trying to rush damage, because there's no real need to. So we can go for the Infect, the Dissolve, and the Sever card. He'll probably end up killing Echidna next turn. But the next move that we'll end up using is going to be the Elemental Explosion card. So we'll just kind of see what our damage looks like. He probably is going to put up his taunt skill, though, which means that he's going to have 40% damage reduction. We do have a level 2. which is kind of nice because we can use that and we can put another infect on, so that way it stops healing. Unfortunately, we can't use the infect first, which means that any... Oof, yeah, there she goes. Any healing that he does from the Elemental Explosion card is going to be just something that we have to deal with. So let's go for... Just in case it kills, we're going to do something like this, and then throw out the Pierce card. Hopefully that Pierce card will at least kill Deanne if we don't get through with the AoEs here, but... okay, we kill Merlin. Not quite a kill on Deanne. She's probably... Yeah, she does heal a little bit. She also stunned, which actually got rid of her stance, so that was actually pretty nice, but you can't always account for that because it's going to be RNG. So... I think if he would have just been running like the Ult Rush variant and had Merlin in the back instead of, you know, Lolly Merlin, and he would have been using Ult Rush food, he probably would have had me dead to rights there. Alrighty, so we have another unknown team. He is going for the CC variant, so just going first is definitely good, but the fact that we have evasion food will hopefully help us, I guess, eat one of his stacks. He'll still be able to get all of his stacks off on turn 2, but it'll take an extra card because he'll technically only be getting, you know, the first 2 stacks off here. Well, actually, no, the stack still got applied there, so that's kind of unfortunate, even though it gets disabled. Or, like, even though it got evaded. Not really liking how that's working. That's kind of unfortunate. Alrighty, so... I really doubt that I can kill. He does have Tarmia Link on. Kind of a tough call here. I guess we just go for the normal setup, maybe? Because I highly doubt that the Rimuru card is going to get through. Plus, it'll disable him. Yeah, covering that much damage. Maybe if I would have used the Sever card and then the Rimuru card, maybe, but I don't know. I think the fact that it's all AoEs is kind of hurting the team a bit because you can't focus damage on characters that you need to as much, which obviously, you know, you could use a different team than this, but it, well, he screwed up his stacks there. He should have used the Elemental Explosion card there. Doesn't matter. I'm absolutely wrecked. But yeah, I don't know. It's it doesn't work the way you want it to, kind of, and that's very unfortunate. Alrighty, dude. What is up with the Deannes? I guess everybody's running Deanne with this Merlin, but I guess that's fine. I don't know. Maybe I should try that out at some point. I wanted to make sure that I was using the same team as I did for the free-to-play showcase, so that way you could actually see what the difference would be. Which looking pretty negligible. It doesn't really seem like there's that big of a difference, if I'm being completely honest. So he is now using two different stance cards to try and make sure that I can't get through to him here. I don't know if I want to eat 2 counters or not, so we're just gonna go for the Ult Rush and see how that'll go. Unfortunately, it's not gonna, you know, it's not the Merlin showcase if I'm just using a Rimuru ultimate, but I don't know. He's probably gonna be able to take it off with DN either way. He is. But that at least kind of messes up his flow with like trying to put the stacks on, I guess. So there is that. So now we can use this. We'll put on the dissolve so he can't get his ultimates. And then I guess we'll use this and see if he can take off the ult next turn. And we should be able to hopefully pop our Merlin passive as well, which will be good. I don't know, just depends on what he's got in hand, really. So, decent damage there. We're still in a pretty good position, but he's going to pop. I think it's stun. I think rock element is stun on Rimuru, which doesn't matter because he's taking away the ult either way. It was stun, so he gets rid of my ultimate. on top of me not being able to use Rimuru cards, which is unfortunate because I have a level 2 Pierce card. And then he's also going to... Okay, it actually didn't deal that much damage. Which debuff is this? He put on the max HP one. So now I guess we just go for straight up damage, I guess, because we can't do anything else really. So let's see how it goes. Ooh, okay. That was pretty good. He's gonna heal here, unfortunately, I think. Yeah. Okay. That was definitely interesting. Cool, cool end screen as well. I like that. That's cool. I think that's the first time I've seen it, unfortunately. Let's buy at least one more ticket because we did do 2 like quick ult rush matches at the beginning. Alrighty, last match here, and we have a demon team. He's also using the Sigurd variant, which is pretty strong. Like, it deals a lot of damage. Last time, or when I was going up against this team last night, it was not good for us. Like, he's got good AoEs to put on darkness stacks. He also ends up proccing Sigurd's passive and then being able to use the amplify cards on both of them to kind of destroy my green units here. So I'm going to assume this is probably going to end up being a loss, unfortunately. But it is what it is. We'll just kind of play it, see how it goes. I can try the elemental explosion stack first turn because we have a level 2. Just because if I don't, I'm afraid I'm going to die either way and just not be able to see any damage at all. So let's go ahead and use it. We'll just we'll see how it ends up working out for us. I just want to see the damage on it more than anything, I guess. Estarossa taking a pretty decent amount of damage here. Oh, it's so close. Honestly, I think this team is not the best team that you want to use. I think you want to use something with a little bit more damage support for Merlin, because in a situation like this, like obviously, you know, it could be different depending on the team that you're facing, of course, but in a situation like this, if I would have had just any more damage at all, I definitely would have killed Estarossa here. So like using Ludo on the team, or I wonder if, well, I guess the elemental explosion isn't necessarily a debuff card. I was gonna say maybe Hendrickson, which I guess if you used Hendrickson, the dissolve card would have done more damage as well. So I'm not too sure there. We might still be able to pull this off. Surprisingly, yeah, I think we're in a really good position here. All right, and it gives Rom the end screen. So I don't know. I'm still really on the fence. I think that she's fun. I think that she's interesting, but I think ultimately she just has way too much RNG going on in that passive to really guarantee any good results. Like it's either going to be like you steamroll them because you get the good passive, you know, elements on the enemies, or you do really bad because you keep getting the ones that don't affect the characters that they're applying on, or whatever the case may be. So I don't know. Hopefully they'll give her some sort of support. They can't change her passive at this point, so it's kind of, you know, I don't think that there's any way that they can really just, I don't know, hot patch the character and make her any better in that regard. But maybe she'll get some new support. Maybe she'll get a holy relic at some point and make her way better. I don't know, but she's kind of, I don't know, she's kind of in the middle right now. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions of the character are, because I think people kind of know that she's not super great, but definitely taking team suggestions and stuff like that, because I do want to play around with her a little bit more. Obviously, if I don't have the characters already level 100, I'm probably not going to be able to 100 a lot of characters for this unit, or, you know, to try out with her, but I have a couple of like the main, you know, good heroes, you know, at level 100. So I don't know, we can try her out with a couple of different things. So I will see you guys later in the week, obviously, for more videos, and yeah, see you then.